Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, guys, today is January the 16th, and I turned on the TV and checked out mainstream media, and there was absolutely zero coverage. And what am I talking about? Well, today's January the 16th, and it marks the start of three very high profile trials that will just tell us in full colour that we are living in a two-tier justice system. So, guys, we have Runcorn MP, and his name's Mike Amesbury. He is facing a case of common assault, and that would be at Chester Magistrates Court this morning. And then we have on Monday, we have two more trials that start. So the first one is the councillor Ricky Jones, and he's answering a charge of encouraging violent disorder. And we also have a case of Axel Rudakubana, and he is answering the case of murdering the three young girls in Southport. So, guys, Mike Amesbury is the former Labour MP. He's had the whip suspended, and I didn't know this. He's still standing in the Commons, but as an independent MP. So basically, his case goes in front of the Chester Magistrates Court this morning. And remember, if you don't remember, I think it was in October, we saw the CCTV footage of Mike Amesbury repeatedly punching a constituent to the floor. I'm not going to say too much more about the case because I don't want to be accused of prejudicing the case. But that was shocking footage that we all saw. I'm not going to comment any further on it. But at the time, he was a standing Labour MP. He had an altercation with a constituent. There were people present that saw it, witnesses, etc., etc. And what gets me is that this was basically hot off the wheels of the UK riots. And just to remind you about the UK riots, we had people who were arrested, charged, put in custody, appeared in front of the courts, and jailed within a week under the auspices of Kier Starmer. So just think about that. Some people were arrested for posting online. Some people were arrested for being in the vicinity of the protests. Some people were arrested, and rightly so, for physical altercations and for threatening violence. That is rightly so. But just remember that. So these guys were arrested, charged, and appeared in court and jailed within a week. Whereas in the case of Mike Amesbury, in the case of Councillor Ricky Jones, in the case of Axel Rudakubana, we are talking months and months after the incidents have happened that their cases are coming to court. And is that because they want the public to forget what actually happened and for all the furore to die down? I don't know. I'm asking you that question. But let's first of all look at this case of Mike Amesbury. So he is appearing in Chester Magistrates Court. And I've got a problem with that because he, according to what we've seen on CCTV, that was violent disorder. It's been downgraded to common assault because that's violent disorder. It should be GBH, ABH, etc. And the problem with that now is he should have been tried in a Crown Court. Because they've downgraded that and they've moved it from a Crown Court to a Magistrates Court, even if Mike Amesbury is found guilty, it is highly unlikely, remember that, highly unlikely, he will serve a custodial sentence. So you have people who posted bits and pieces online in a peak of anger. And then you have people who were in the vicinity of something that happened at protests who were arrested. They are now serving long-term jail sentences, whereas this guy, at the very worst, will probably do community service. That is a bit of a head scratcher to me, and it doesn't sit well with me, and it smacks of a two-tier justice in my eyes. Then on Monday, we have the case of Councillor Ricky Jones, who basically was saying that we should do some terrible things to people who were right wing or far right or whatever you wanted to call them. I'm not going to say the exact words he said, but basically they were quite offensive. So Councillor Ricky Jones is going to appear at a Crown Court. So he could face a custodial sentence for words said. So I'm not certain. So if anyone here is a legal eagle and knows what their beans are and knows what they're talking about, please let me know what the difference is between Ricky Jones saying some terrible things and then Mike Amesbury actually being caught in an altercation where we actually saw fists flying, but from the one hand. Anyway, so I'm not going to go too much more into the Mike Amesbury case, but he's been tried in a magistrates court. Very unlikely to get a custodial sentence if he's found guilty, and that's a big if. Councillor Ricky Jones, he could be found guilty, and if so, he could get a custodial sentence for words said. And then I'm not going to talk much at all about the Axel Rudakabana case, because that involves the 3 young girls who were murdered in Southport, and those actions kicked off the UK riots that went on at the end of July into August. That absolutely caused a furore around the whole country, and basically Keir Starmer came up with his full force of the law. Anyone who's caught speaking, posting in the vicinity, this, that and everything else, will face the full force of the law. And he backed up his words with actions. So it'd be very interesting to see if those actions are backed up against these 3 individuals in these 3 court cases. So today, January the 16th, we've got Mike Amesbury. On Monday the 20th, we have Councillor Ricky Jones. And also we have Axel Rudakabana. So those cases will start today and on Monday. And I'm very interested to see what the mainstream media says about these cases. Will these cases be on TV? As we saw the sentencing of very many people who are involved in the rioting or looting or posting around the UK riots in the summer. All or most of their cases we saw in front of judges on the TV. We saw their sentences and they were seen. Justice was meant to be seen to be served. Justice? I don't know. Anyway, guys, it's just a short one here just to let you know that we haven't forgotten. We're keeping our eyes on it. The mainstream media isn't. It's not talking about these cases at all. I'm not certain why, because these are very serious cases. To have an MP having a bit of a with a constituent doesn't sit well with me. I don't know. Let me know here in the comment section. Does it sit well with you? I'm being a bit on what I'm saying because I don't want to get into trouble, because people say people could be interfering with court cases, interfering with justice. I'm just letting you know what's happening because the media definitely isn't. So guys, please let me know down here in the comment section what you think about the cases. Please be careful about what you say about the cases, particularly in the case of Axel Rudakabana. Be careful about the case you say about Councillor Ricky Jones and even the case with Mike Amesbury. But I want to know if any of you know why Mike Amesbury's case isn't being tried in a Crown Court. That's what makes me scratch my head. So he's the Runcorn MP. He was a Labour MP. He's now sitting as an independent. This case is going to, I think it's Chester Magistrates Court. And yeah, it starts today. So I'm going to make certain I keep abreast of all of these cases, and I will report any changes or anything interesting that happens from these cases. The mainstream media probably won't. I don't know, but let me know in the comment section. But guys, make certain you look after yourselves, you look after each other. And if you've already subscribed to my channel here at Tornet TV, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to Tornet TV, please subscribe to this channel because I want to grow this channel as fast as possible. There's lots that I want to talk about. There's lots at the moment that I can't say, but there's a lot that I do know. A lot that I do know about what's going on, but I can't say it in the moment. But as things go on, who knows, I might be able to say a bit more. But make certain you look after yourselves, you look after each other, and please come back to the next Tornet TV reaction. Guys, have a great day.